people of all ages. My name is Kaitlyn,
My name is Annabelle.
and this is Two Peas in a Pod.
Two peas in a pod.
Yes. So, first of all, of course, getting out the way, just thank you to Ethan, my great friend, for doing the intro and outro of our song. And if you want to go follow him, just to support him, it is at on Instagram at ETHXNHA, which is basically Ethan with an X in the middle, and go show him your love and support. So, along with that, we also want to say thank you everyone for showing so much support for this podcast. This is our third
Mm-hmm.
episode,
Yeah, it is.
number three.
Numero
And you
tres.
and you can view the first two on anywhere you stream your podcast. And of course, we have a link tree, so please go look at that and go follow our Instagram, which is at two peas in a pod.cast. The number
The
two,
number.
not the actual two. So now we can get into
Yeah.
today's episode, Annabelle.
All right. So, I know last week we had a little bit of a heavier topic. Not super heavy, but it had some weight to it. We were talking about peer pressure and bullying in friendships, and this week is a lighter topic. We're talking about personality tests because I like personality tests, and Kaitlyn said, Annabelle, let's do an episode on it. And I was like, oh my god, okay. So the two that we're focusing on today are the Myers Briggs test and the Enneagram. So for those of you who don't know what those are basically just personality tests. So the Myers Briggs one, as by Google's definition, is an introspective self-report questionnaire indicating different psychological preferences and how people perceive the world and make decisions. The test attempts to assign 4 categories: introversion or extroversion, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, and judging or perceiving. So if you've ever, I don't know, heard someone talk about their Myers-Briggs type, you might have heard things like ENFJ or ISTP. Like, it's comprised of 4 letters, basically. So, yeah, if you've ever heard anybody talk about that, that's what that is. It's called the Myers-Briggs test. And I'm not listing out all the types because there's a lot, and that's a lot of work to then tell you the definitions of all of them. But, yeah, so basically, that's it. And we're just going to talk about what we got when we took the tests because, I don't know, I feel like you can tell a lot about a person based off of their personality test results,
Guys,
even though they are not incredibly accurate, but yeah.
Guys, I brought my espresso frog hat for this episode. Like,
Yes.
we're doing this right.
I need a frog hat now.
You do. Frog, okay,
I don't have
listen.
one, but
Real quick, frog hats are the best hats. This is literally me promoting frog hats. You should get frog hats. They make you very happy. It looks like the frog's eating your head. 100% support.
I also support, honestly. Everyone go purchase a frog hat. Merch link below. Just kidding. We don't have merch.
No,
That
no,
was
no, no,
false.
no.
False advertising.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Maybe one day, one day, one day.
And by one day, that means maybe 3 years later from today.
6 years. I'd like 3 more.
Yeah, okay. 6 years. That sounds great.
So, Annabelle, Myers-Briggs test first. Did I say it right? So I got
Myers Briggs.
Briggs, not
And
bridge.
you keep saying bridge, and I'm like, wait.
I get confused.
Yeah.
But the Briggs test, right? I got ENTP, which is extroverted. What's the second one? Intuition.
Wait. What is it? ENTP.
Yeah. Is it? It's extroverted. Oh no, not intuition. I got ENTP. I don't know what that is, but I got it.
It's intuition is the second one.
Okay, so it's extroverted, right? Extroversion. Intuition. I got thinking, and I got perceiving.
Fancy. Yeah. Pretty fancy.
Pretty fancy. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess with that, I also got like a couple of others that fit in that category, but that was one of the biggest ones. And then my other biggest one that I got was, I think it was ENTJ, which is just the last one,
Mm-hmm.
is just like judging.
Yeah,
Fancy.
very fancy. I was gonna say also we took these tests on Truity, I don't know how to say it, .com, which I know there are like websites that show it more accurately, but I did not have the mental capacity to research what those website were what hello? What those websites were. So this is the one that we have. If it's not accurate, sorry, I
We're very
guess. I don't
sorry.
know. It's too late now.
We can't take it back. So,
No.
oops.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsie.
Anyways.
But
So I know mine, I have known my personality type ever since I did this in like, I don't know, 5th grade or something. I've always just been like, this is ingrained in my brain forever. But my main one that I usually always get is the INFP, which is introverted, intuition, feeling, and perceiving. So mine is different for um instead of thinking like Kaitlyn's, it's minus feeling, and then instead of extroverted, minus introverted. So do with that information what you will. But and then my other like biggest one was INFJ. So instead of perceiving, it would be judging. So
makes
yeah,
sense.
ours are fairly similar,
We're
I would
because we're
say.
fairly similar people, except you're introverted and I'm extroverted.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
then like
really
the feeling
all.
and thinking thing. I mean, I feel like that accurately portrays
I think I might have
each
said
other.
mine's wrong because I have like so many notes. We took notes before this. Side note, we took notes before this just to make sure. Yes, if you can
We
see these,
came
we
prepared.
came very prepared for all of this. We just wanted to make sure that we got like the most accurate things. But I feel like with these tests, they're very like depending on what you take and depending on what you do, but I feel like if you answer honestly, like if you answer true to yourself, you're not like
Mm-hmm.
BSing any of the questions, then they come out pretty truthful. Like I feel like all of the my result at least and like what they said like my strengths and my weaknesses was pretty truthful.
Yeah. I was gonna say also, there's like I don't know what the word is. I believe it's like I think the word is noun that like describes like what our results were. So like for INFP, the thing that is like surrounds it is the healer, like that's what it's called. I don't know if Kaitlyn, if you put like what yours was, that was like the word that described it. I can look it up, but yeah, so
Oh
for
no.
INFP, like we're classified as the healer. So we're just very like I wouldn't say I guess I think there is one that is like the giver, but INFPs are very like giving and will just help anyone and everyone with
Right.
whatever they need.
Right. I know for ENTP, would I have like a couple of different things here, but mostly it says like I am like an inspired innovator, motivated to find new solutions, I'm curious, which I feel like that's like true. And like my primary focus is like on outward things and exploration and learning to do new things, even when I might be put into an uncomfortable situation. But then like the downsides are like being too selfless, which that is a problem of mine, but it is okay. It is okay.
Mhm.
But I don't
I
know.
was going to say yeah. I was going to say also I'm looking this up right now because I wanted to, but I saw that the ENTP, I was looking at like how rare it is or whatever,
Is it rare? Am
and
I
it actually
rare?
only makes up like 3% of the general population.
I love it. I
So,
love being 3% of the population.
mhm.
Are you
Yeah,
rare?
INFPs are 4% of the general population.
We're both rare.
Yeah.
We're special,
Hashtag
Annabelle.
rare. So special. Oh my gosh. It also has like famous people who are each of them.
Who's
If
the
you want to
famous
talk
people?
about that.
Wait,
But
who's the famous
okay.
people?
I'll read a little list. For ENTP, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, Ben Franklin. I don't know who that is. Not Ben Franklin, sorry. There was a person that was after Ben Franklin who I don't know who it is. I know who Ben Franklin is. Okay, Leonardo da Vinci. Weird Al Yankovic, who I don't know if you know who that is,
I
but
don't
he
know
does
who
like
that
parody
is.
songs.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, they're so funny. It's so fun. Okay, check him out. I don't know who any of the other people are in this list. Apparently they're famous though. So.
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, I will take it.
No, Da Vinci.
Oh, Da Vinci. Same
Did I say
thing.
DiCaprio?
Maybe I heard you wrong.
Wait a minute.
Maybe I heard you wrong. Maybe I heard you wrong.
They are not the same person.
Maybe I heard you wrong. I think I heard you wrong. Da Vinci.
I don't
Listen,
know.
I'll take it. I will take it. Listen, I will take it. I'm 3% of the population, and I will take being related to those famous people.
You're not related.
No, I'm related by emotion, Annabelle.
Okay. I was gonna say by blood. I don't think that you're related to them.
No, I'm related. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Anyways, do you want to know who the famous INFPs are?
Yes.
All right. Princess Diana, Audrey Hepburn, Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, John Lennon, Kurt Cobain, Tori Amos, Morrissey, William Shakespeare, oh my gosh, Helen Keller, Carl Rogers, and Isabella Briggs Myers, who created the Myers Briggs test. So
I think you
I feel so connected.
Me.
I did. Shakespeare outfamouses everyone. Sorry, Da Vinci.
You seem like you would be the next Shakespeare, Annabelle. I don't know.
Don't say something. I will read my poetry right now. I'll do it. No, I won't. Oh my god, wait, are we gonna have to do an episode where we share our art forms sometime? Am I gonna have to like
and
sing?
Annabelle will be singing in the episode, and I will be explaining my weird art because I can't show it, but Annabelle will be singing.
Ooh, whoa, yeah. That was a little preview for everyone.
Annabelle,
I know. I'm so good at everything. Do you want another preview? Okay. I'm racking my brain for Hannah Montana. What's it called?
Big Time Rush.
Oh. Wait, is that what it is? I never watched that show. Is that? Okay. I only know that from that one Vine where the guy's like, bro, chill. I don't know why you're in such a big time rush. Oh.
Okay.
What is this episode turned into?
I don't know, but I don't know. Like the Meyer, I like I said, I feel like the test really says who you are. Do you think like, do you live by your test, or are you a type of person who like just takes it? Because like I'm the type of person that just takes it, says, oh, that's cute, and then forget about it. Because like I did this test so many times, and I literally forget every single time what my personality is.
See, my brain is just kind of like, oh my gosh, here's this thing that can tell me how I function in a way. Let me keep this in my mind at all points of the day. Like if somebody were to come up to me right now, be like, Annabelle, write me a 1-page paper on your Myers Briggs sign. Sign? That's astrology. Result. I would be like, oh my gosh. INFP. We are so cool. But it would be more like, I don't know, what's the word? Smart? Well written?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always in my mind. It's not that I like live by it, because I don't, but also I feel like it embodies me so well where I'm just like, if somebody wants to know what my personality is like,
just look it up.
Is my Myers. Exactly. I mean, there's like certain things that are not accurate at all that are different.
Well, I
So
always feel
just
like a
quirky.
test. I always feel like
Sorry.
a test can't be. No, you're good. I always feel like a test can't be 100%
Yeah.
accurate.
Unless it's like for something, I don't know, that's like very specific or something.
Yeah, that it
But
can't be. But I don't think like I think like especially with a personality test, there's a lot of ins and outs that can
mhm.
get lost. And like you're, I mean, when I was taking this, it asked me like the most. It can ask me like the most random questions. So it was like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's not the. It can be accurate again depending on what you take because there's so many Myers Briggs like Briggs. There's so many
There you
Myers
go.
Briggs tests out there. And I feel like some of them are inaccurate, some of them are accurate, but like I said, I feel like the way you take it also depends on like your result. Because like I took it with 100% honesty. Like I took it if I was 100% like agree or 100% disagree, so I can get like I
Oh,
get the most.
really? Like
Yeah.
you did that?
What did you
Oh,
do?
I'm too indecisive to put agree or disagree for all of them. I'm just like, let's make a little zigzag pattern, shall we? I didn't do that consciously, but it was very.
No, I did
Sometimes it
a.
would just be all on agree, and then I'd be like, you introvert. You introvert. But I thought it was so funny. I don't know. I just analyze things like a lot to a point of, I don't know, just a little too much. But I was like reading the question because I've taken this so many times. So I read the questions and I'm like, I know exactly what portion of the personality this applies to. So like for this, what's the word? For the test deciding if you're an introvert or an extrovert, like I can pinpoint exactly which questions they ask you that relate to that question. And I'm just like, I know what to answer for this because I'm an introvert. So
I'm not
I don't
that
know, it just kind of goes
advanced.
full circle.
I'm not that advanced, Annabelle. My God, I don't even know what question is what. Like.
I will analyze them all for you. I don't know. I feel it like it's just like I just love taking personality tests so much that I can like predict what I'll get. So, I mean, sometimes I'm incredibly wrong, but it's the thought that counts.
It's the thought. It's the thinking of that you're gonna get it 100% right that counts. 10 out
Yeah,
of 10.
confidence. Confidence is
Mhm.
key.
So wait, so my question is, so what's the difference between not betweens between the Myers Briggs and the Enneagram?
So the Enneagram is like
Oh,
the
Enneagram.
types, yeah.
I
The
can't say
types are basically
words. I can't say words.
we need like a compilation of you just messing up your words sometimes. It's just like Myers Bridges.
Just go, just go,
Because
just
I
go,
just
just
feel like
go.
it. No.
Just go. I can't. I can't.
Moving on. Anyways, the Enneagram is basically based more around numbers, which not like math, but like the types are classified with numbers, but they also like have a certain personality to each what? Attributed attributed
We're
to
really
each of
lacking
them.
on
That
words. We're
took
really
3
lacking on
times.
words.
We haven't recorded in like 2 weeks. I can't function. Anyways, so the Enneagram test, so this personality test, it's based on the Enneagram personality theory, which describes personality in terms of 9 types, each driven by their own set of core emotions, fears, and beliefs. So this one, it's very similar, I feel like, to the Myers-Briggs. It just gives you your results in a different way.
Hmm.
Like it's just said differently. So there's only 9 types for this, so I can read them all. So type 1 is the reformer. So, yeah, just using the definition of the word reform, like you can figure that one out. But so type 2 is the helper. Type 3 is the achiever. Type 4 is the individualist. Type 5 is the investigator. Type 6 is the loyalist. Type 7 is the enthusiast. Type 8 is the challenger. And type 9 is the peacemaker. So, yeah, those are all the types. And so, yeah. I feel like certain ones, like, for the Enneagram relate to certain ones for the Myers Briggs. I feel like at least mine are very similar. And, like, that's why I feel like personality tests sometimes are very accurate because you usually get similar ones. At least in this case with the Enneagram and the Myers Briggs one, like mine coincide very well.
So wait, so what were you?
Okay. So I can say my top 3 cuz my first and second ones like are very close together in percentage
Mm-hmm.
of like how much I am that. So my top one was type 4, which is the individualist, and I got that for 98%, which is high. And then for type 2, that was the second one, which is the giver, and that was 96%. So they're only 2% off. But then the third one I got was like 20% below the other two. So the third one I have is type 5, which is the investigator. So not like detective, not that type of investigator, but like seeking out knowledge and stuff. So those were mine. But yeah, I can read the description after Kaitlyn says hers though.
Yeah, I got so my top one was type 2, which is the helper or the giver. Then my second one was 3, which is the achiever. And then I didn't really look into the third one, but I think my third one was number 1 because I remember it was 1. It was like 1, like it was like a dip with 1, the biggest one was 2 and then 3, and those are like the top. It went like a little like
Mm-hmm.
mountain, as I called it. So like then my lowest one was 1, which is the reformer, but I didn't look into it because I at that point I didn't care. So,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember what my lowest one is. I have the screenshot, but I don't feel like pulling that up. Anyways, so basically for type 4, I'll read the little definition that I put. So type 4, it says, 4s want to be unique and to live life authentically and are highly attuned to their emotional experience, which I feel like is very similar to INFPs, who, reading the definition for this one now, are imaginative idealists guided by their own core values and beliefs. So it says, focused on possibilities rather than reality, INFPs see potential for a better future and pursue truth and meaning with their own individual flair. So basically, like, comparing the two, type 4 is very connected to emotions and like authenticity, I think is the word. And that's how INFPs are, like, very emotionally mature and also individualistic, even though that's not really like what they're known for because it's known as the healer, but
Right.
I feel like they're very similar.
So I know for type 2, I just wrote like words that like relate to the trait. I don't know if you can pull up the definition for type 2, but I wrote down like the greatest like traits from it, which is like warm smile, approachable, radiates kindness, vocal volunteer, caring, gentle, flowing movements. And it says that 12% of the population um is women that are most likely to be a giver. No. 12% of the population and women are most likely to be, which I called it the giver because that's what it told me. The giver is 15% compared to men, which is 2% of men who are type 2, which I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
speaks for itself because I feel like women are just more, I don't know, like giving and helpful, but that's my opinion as a woman myself.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, and I said the core
Let's see.
motivation was wants love and appreciation, and also that motivates them to express love towards others in words and actions. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down. But what's the real definition? What's the real definition?
Okay, so the definition for Enneagram Type 2, it says 2s are empathetic, sincere, and warm-hearted. They are friendly, generous, and self-sacrificing, but can also be sentimental, flattering, and people-pleasing. They are well-meaning and driven to be close to others, but can slip into doing things for others in order to be needed. So basically, people-pleasing is a very common theme with 2s, which I also think is interesting because for me, that was my second, like, highest percentage of the test, and it was like only 2% off from the other one. So I think that that's interesting. But you were saying like the certain percent of the population or whatever for Enneagram 2. I couldn't find like the exact percentage for Enneagram 4, but it does say on this website that it is the rarest personality type, which I find intriguing
So not
because,
only are you
yeah.
rare with the Myers Briggs, but you're also rare with the
Mm-hmm.
Enneagram.
Yeah. I'm just so rare and wow. There's no one as individual as me. I'm so unique.
No one's like Annabelle.
No one.
No
I am the
one.
most unique individual of all time.
No,
This is a joke. I'm really not.
Annabelle is very unique. I'm not gonna lie. She's very caring and also very introverted. It's crazy. You would think, see, I would think if I didn't know Annabelle, I would think she's extroverted.
It's just
And
because I hide it really well.
yes, like she came into school looking all fancy, strutting her stuff in the
No.
most extroverted way possible.
No! Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
No, I'm
Literally, I love how
serious.
that's how you perceive it. And in my mind, I'm just like, everybody needs to never look at me. Don't look. I just want to go into class and I want to learn and I want to leave. I'm going to sit by myself all day. Please. I cannot stand to be around this many people at one time.
Girl, I thought you were so extroverted. I was like, oh my god, she's just like me.
Nice try. Nice try. Okay. Which I actually thought that was really funny because you seem very introverted in social
Really?
settings because you're very soft
I
spoken.
am. I am actually.
So,
That's
yeah. Which I think is really funny because then when it's like just you and I, we're like yelling at each other. And I'm just like, this is fun, I guess. Like, what a change of pace. Not yelling at each other in a negative way, by the way. We just yell talk. So,
yeah, we talk very loud and it just turns into like this type of yelling. But
it's a nice environment to be in for us at least. I mean, maybe for other people they're just like, what the heck is happening here?
they're like, what
But
the hell are these
why
two
are they
people?
yelling?
Why
Calm
are they
down.
just yelling at each other's faces?
This is how we communicate, okay?
It's okay.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I feel like type 2 is very close to me. I feel like the ENTP is also very close, and I feel like they like correlate with each other a little bit. I also
Mm-hmm.
wrote down like some things. Like I Annabelle didn't get this because I probably was deep diving too much, but I wrote down like some things about two and threes. So people who closely relate with two and three, which is the helper and the achiever. I wrote down that they're sociable, ambitious, strong communication, focus on building deep relationships, and competitive and self-critical. And I thought that was interesting. And then some of my healthier habits, it says take care of self and others, healthy balance, and they try to recognize self-worth. But some of my unhealthy habits is that sometimes that self-worth gets lost. And sometimes I don't recognize that,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm too critical about myself and may become clingy in their relationships. So sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't do a lot on like my two top ones because I didn't get that far, but I wrote some I did, you know what I did get? I don't know. I know there's supposed to be like it's like a W in between the two, like you say like 4W2 or like
Yeah.
4 wing 2 or 4 with 2. I don't know what it is, but like that's how you show what your top two are. And for mine, I found out that like my top two paired together, it's known as the sensitive soul, which I was like,
Mhm.
wow, I'm so sensitive. Which I mean, I am incredibly sensitive to a comical amount, but you know, I just thought that was funny. Let's see, what else is there? I also did some things. did some things. I did a little research, if you will, about like the relation between INFPs and fours for Enneagrams. So it says INFPs who are fours strive to find their identity, but no matter how hard they try, it always feels out of reach because INFPs and fours are very individual, hence type 4 being the individualist, but also like constantly helping others, so not really having enough time or not feeling the motivation or need to focus on themselves. So it's just kind of like, let's let everybody else get what they need done and then forget about us. Like, we're fine when we may not be, possibly. But yeah, I also wrote that fours are the hardest type to understand. I found it on the internet. Could be wrong, but since fours are like
Annabelle.
Yeah. So hard to understand. Nobody understands me.
Gosh, Mom.
It wasn't a phase. That was so funny. I'm sorry.
We need on top of the compilation of us saying words wrong, we need a compilation or a laugh counter, because the amount of times, including now, that we laugh while doing this podcast,
yes,
it's too much. It is like over 100.
I was gonna say 2 though, not 2, because that's the Enneagram type. Whatever. Anyways, that was not a fun joke. I was trying to make it funny and it wasn't funny. But I was gonna say, like, I feel like in social settings, even though Kaitlyn, like, you're extroverted, so you gain energy from being around other people, I feel like your personality, like, you're very reserved, which I think is interesting because whenever you and I are hanging out, like, by ourselves, well, not by ourselves, but like with each other, I feel like we're very opinionated, which is interesting because in social settings, that's not how we are. I mean, I feel like you are with certain people because I've experienced that. Like, I've been in the same room with you when I've noticed you be like super opinionated. But I feel like in general, we just don't do that. I think it's the people pleasing thing where it's like if somebody views my personality or like my opinion and they don't like it, I'm just going to feel rejected. Yeah. Like, I never want to speak in public ever again. So.
No, yeah. I'm totally like that. So, like, for example, I got this thing called, I found out what it was, which I was so happy because over quarantine and over like everything going on, I started getting like social anxiety, and I was already kind of like got anxiety from like being social sometimes, but like that's still how I get my energy. So
you and I and our little social anxious selves.
I found
we're the same person.
Literally, I found out what it's called. So it's called high functioning anxiety.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I know what that is.
It's called high functioning anxiety. And I feel like that goes exactly with like the personality test. But anyways, it's like you are able to function at your normalness, like you're able to communicate with people and everything, but you still have the aspects of like pleasing people too much or getting anxiety over someone thinking your opinion's wrong, so you change the way you
I was gonna say, like, sometimes in very stereotypical in very stereotypical thank you.
Here you go.
Very stereotypical scenarios, like anxiety is portrayed a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So like usually it doesn't get noticed unless it's affecting other people besides the person that is having to deal with it. So I feel like with high functioning anxiety, it doesn't affect others as much. It only affects the person that has it.
Yeah.
So it goes a lot more unnoticed. And that goes for a lot of other things like with mental illnesses and stuff, which we can also talk in a podcast about later.
Not this one.
Not this one, but in another one. Anyways, but yeah.
But no, I found it
I
really
f-
interesting. It was really interesting. I was like, I didn't know.
I'm convinced that you and I mentally and emotionally are the same person
You know what
because
we
we
are?
literally what?
You know, we're like twin flames. Like, have you ever heard of that? Like,
Yes. Yes. Sorry for yelling into the mic. Sorry people's ears, but yes. Yes, absolutely.
we're like soulmates, but in like best friends, like best
Mhm.
friend, twin flames, soulmates type of thing, type of deal.
Yes. Absolutely. Cuz like wait, what's that one song that's on Grease?
I
We
don't
go
know.
together. I feel like I sang that in the last episode.
Did you?
Did I can't remember, but I'm having flashbacks.
I am having flashbacks too. I feel like you did. What is it?
I don't know. It's that one. I don't know what it's called. What the
We
song
go
is called. I think it's just called "We Go Together."
together. Oh,
Two birds of feather like
you did.
bang bang. That's the way it should be. Whoa, yeah. You're welcome for the second preview of the evening. Oh my gosh, you guys should be paying for this. This is too premium. We should have a Patreon. It's just me singing. The end. That's it. It's just me singing random
Anabel
things.
singing, period.
The end.
The end.
And also Kaitlyn's art, but like mostly my singing.
Wow. Wow, Annabelle. You're like, also Caitlyn's art, but mostly there's a little hair flip, my singing.
It was sarcasm. I'm sorry. I love you so much.
I love you too. It's okay. This is why we're twin flames. So, moral of the story. Our personality tests were pretty accurate. I feel like mine's was pretty accurate. You should take it.
It's really fun.
It is really fun.
I mean, maybe it might not be fun for you, but we recommend it.
I feel like it's fun for people who are into that type of stuff. Like living, like, I feel like you mostly live by your personality tests and by certain things that you find out about yourself. Like people who really are into those types of things, into learning more about who they think they are, and maybe the personality test is the way to go. Like I feel like I've learned more about myself through these personality tests. Like I took the Enneagram? Did I say it? Okay.
Yeah.
The Enneagram and the Myers Briggs.
There you go. That was great. Oh my gosh, round of applause.
And the Myers Briggs, and I felt like I knew a lot of this stuff about me, but I also found out like new stuff about me. I was like that I didn't really acknowledge before. I was like, oh yeah, I know I do that, but I'm not gonna acknowledge it because I don't want to acknowledge it. But I feel like it's very like what would you say? How would you say like self like what's the word?
Helps you be more aware.
Yeah, self-aware. It's like you're more self-aware of yourself. A weird sentence, but you're more aware of yourself and you're more like taking in like your positives and your negatives and kind of like living by them in a way. Like for me, I got my negatives out of this, of course. Like it gives you the in these tests it gives you like your strengths and your weaknesses, which I guess I call them the negatives, but weaknesses, everyone goes through that, weaknesses and whatever. But I feel like once I learn that, I can then hence go forward in trying to strengthen those weaknesses instead of having them just like be the most like prevalent things in my life. Because I feel like right now my weaknesses kind of outshine some of my strengths, but like you gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel like also, at least for me personally, I just tend to like forget who I am as a person, especially in social settings, because I'm just like, let me just be exactly like everybody else, because why does my personality matter? It doesn't. Okay, let's just be another person. But I feel like with the like personality test in general, I also wrote this down because I was like, I want to talk about the little pros and cons of taking personality tests and like being aware of like the impact that it has. But I wrote down like learning the specific things that like, or I guess generally learning like specific things about your personality type can help you understand like your behavioral patterns especially if you're a person who just tends to like blend in with everybody else, even though you know like you have a personality, but like you just don't use it very often because you're just like, my needs, myself, not important. Everybody else, way more important. So I feel like it just like is a good thing to go back to if you, this is so deep, but like forget who you are or something. Anyways, yeah.
It's a fun thing to do. Bottom line, it's
just fun.
thing. It's fun.
Didn't have to get all deep there, but
it's fun to do, and I think like if you want to take like 100 questions and you have free time, go ahead.
Exactly. I mean, at least for me personally, I just love, this is going to sound conceited, but I love when people ask me questions about myself that I can answer like with on a scale instead of just having to like provide a concrete answer. And so I like go through these tests super fast and I'm just like, let me just answer all these questions in 5 minutes, even though there's 130 of them. I'll be fine.
An hour later.
No, it literally takes me like 10 minutes tops.
What?
I'm not even kidding. That's how much I am like obsessed with personality tests. There's this one website that I forget that it has like a whole huge list of not just like I want to. It's on my mental to-do list. And some of them are so random where it's like, are you more pessimistic or optimistic? Which like, I mean, I know I'm pessimistic, but also I just want to take the quiz so it can tell me. And I can just like take 17 quizzes in 20 minutes. Just sounds like fun.
That is a fun thing to do. Definitely
it's a good way to pass time.
Not a fun thing for me, but a fun thing for you.
Yes.
But I think that we're coming to an end.
Yes. That, why did I just have like flash forwards to like it being senior year or something? Oh, and it's like our last little podcast. And then you're going to be like, this is our last episode of our high school careers.
Please stop.
And then we just start crying. And then you play sentimental music in the background. And then you do like a zoom in or something. And it's just on our faces. And it's a single tear rolling down our cheeks instantaneously. And we're just like, we're going to miss you guys. Even though we'll be back for another episode next week. And then you're going to put sound effects. It's going to be like, boop, 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 boop.
No. But this time we'll be in college. So that's why it comes to a high school end, but it's coming to a
we just start singing High School Musical.
No.
High School Musical says we have to let it go. It's the best part we've ever known. Jump into the future and hold on. I'm done. I could sing that song in its entirety right now. I'm not going to do it, though.
Refrain yourself, Anabel. Just gotta hold back.
We're breaking free. Soaring. Flying. Yes! Vocal major! There's not... Oh my gosh, we should do a duet.
No.
I want to be Troy Bolton.
No.
Yes, let me be Troy Bolton.
I don't even know the names.
We're watching High School Musical together.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care.
And would you like to close off?
I would love to close off. Thank you, all you wonderful people, for coming to this week's episode, listening to this week's episode, whatever you did. If you watched it on YouTube, if you listened to it on Spotify, or some other place, I don't know what all the places that this streams on. That's Kaitlyn's job. I don't know how it works. If you listen to whatever you listen to this on, thank you. Kaitlyn is laughing at me. Stop it. Why is this so funny to you? Let me live my life, okay? Oh my gosh. I forget how to end. Wait, how does the outro go again? What do I say? Oh, okay. Take 2, marker. Thank you, all you wonderful... Stop laughing at me. Stop it. Stop. I will leave the meeting right now.
Go.
Are you okay? It must be the frog hat. It causes uncontrollable fits of laughter.
Okay, go, please.
Okay, anyways. whatever. Whatever just happened, that's behind us. Thank you, all you wonderful people, for listening to this week's episode of our podcast. We appreciate it very much, all the support you're giving us, even though there's like 25 of you. But who cares? 25 is a lot of people. That's the whole, I don't know, high school classroom worth of people. Anyways, stop! She's laughing at me again! How am I supposed to work like this? Whatever. Just thank you. We hope you come in next week. It's probably just going to be Kaitlyn laughing at me some more while I close the podcast off because I forgot how to do it because it's been 2 weeks. But it's fine. Okay? At least you know I'm a comedian now.
We love you.